Hello there. People have been wondering to know the sedimentary rocks. What is a sedimentary rock? How is sedimentary rock formed? The sedimentary rocks are the rocks which are formed due to deposition of eroded material. For the rocks to be formed, they pass through various processes like a weathering process, transportation of eroded material, compactions of the material, as well as cementations of the material available. So let's see now the types of sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed according to mode of formations, and according to mode of formation, sedimentary rocks are classified into three types. Number one is mechanically formed sedimentary rock. Number two is organically formed sedimentary rock, and number three is chemically formed sedimentary rocks. So let's see number one, which is mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. What is this? Mechanically formed sedimentary rock is a rock which is formed from the sediment of the pre-existing rock. They are formed due to the remains or sediment from the pre-existing rocks. The available rocks becomes eroded, and the sediments again they will be compacted and cemented to form new rocks, which is called mechanically formed sedimentary rock. So now let's see organically formed sedimentary rocks. Organically formed sedimentary rocks are the rocks which are formed due to deposition of once lived organism. It is formed due to the remains of once lived organism, such as the remains of the plant, as well as the remains of animals. Example, we have rock such as a limestone rock. We also have different rocks which are formed due to deposition of various remains of plants and animals that died a long time ago. For example, rocks such as limestone, a rock such as a chalk rock, rock such as coral rock, and rock such as coal rock. All these sedimentary rocks are formed due to deposition of various remains of animals and the remains of the plants that died a long time ago. So for example, in this picture here you can see a coal. A coal is the sedimentary rock which is formed due to deposition of the plant remains. The plant remains that lived a long time ago, after so many years become compacted, and the remain forms this type of rock. So chemically formed sedimentary rock, these are rocks which are formed due to deposition of solid substances from the solution form. For example, we have rock salt and gypsum. Let's see characteristic of sedimentary rock. Characteristic number one is they are stratified. Stratified means they are formed in layers. You can see these rocks form layers. So for example, speaking about layers, you can see this picture here that since they are deposited at different times, the rocks are of different layers. There is a layer at the bottom, layers the middle, and there is also another layer. Another characteristic of sedimentary rock is they contain fossils, meaning that these rocks have the remains of the plant and also they have the remains of the animals. So if you want to examine these rocks, inside the rocks you can see the remains, since they are formed due to different organisms, and different organisms can be plant remain or animal remain. These rocks are also soft. They are soft and well jointed. So you can see the joints in the rock structures, and if you touch them, they look soft. They are not so hard, they are soft. Also, these rocks are non-crystallines. They don't form crystals. So these are the characteristics of sedimentary rock. So the last characteristic of sedimentary rock is they undergo metamorphism. This means that the rock can change to form metamorphic rock, especially when it is faced with high temperature as well as high pressure. Sedimentary rock may change to form new type of rock, which is called a metamorphic rock.